Environmental conservation groups and community forest associations have renewed their calls against what they describe as increasing destruction on Kenya's public forests, national parks and urban green spaces. The groups argue that the country risks undermining its target of planting 15 billion trees by 2032 if indigenous forests continue to be excised for development projects. Among the areas they say are under the greatest threat is Ngong Road Forest, where they claim nearly two-thirds of the land gazetted as a public forest back in 1932 has already been lost to various developments. NTV's Victor Ngaruya has the details.
Conservationists, community forest associations, and environmental defenders now say that Kenya's forests are facing what they describe as unprecedented wave of destruction. While the government continues to champion its target of planting 15 billion trees by 2032, the groups argue that indigenous forests, national parks, and urban green spaces are steadily being fragmented for roads, railways, sports facilities, and commercial developments.
You cannot claim to restore forests while simultaneously destroying mature ecosystems that have taken decades and in some cases centuries to develop.
Among the forests they say are under greatest pressure is Ngong Road Forest. Community forest associations say the forest was gazetted in 1932, covering approximately 3,000 hectares, but nearly two-thirds has since been lost to development, including for Bomas of Kenya, Lang'ata Cemetery, and others. They estimate that only about 1,224 hectares remain. The groups say fresh proposed projects would further reduce the remaining indigenous forest.
At Ngong Road Forest, they are about to do great damage by building things there. They plan to do 5 acres of a proposed luxury camp, 2.5 acres for Rirota Ngong Town meter gauge railway, 10 acres for proposed road linking Talanta Stadium and the Bomas International Conference Center.
The organizations say the concerns extend beyond Ngong Road Forest, citing Imenti Forest in Meru County.
Public participation took place at Imenti Forest, which was a reverse public participation because, as we know, it started off by us being told that they were building an airstrip, a state lodge, a golf course inside a forest. Trees were cut, then public participation took place.
They have also criticized the institutions mandated to safeguard Kenya's forests and protected areas, accusing them of failing to discharge their constitutional responsibilities.
Institutions like the Kenya Forest Service, the Kenya Wildlife Service, NEMA, the Ministry of Environment, the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, all of these institutions fail to understand and discharge their constitutional and statutory responsibilities to protect Kenya's forests, national parks and green spaces.
The conservationists also questioned recent amendments in the Forest Conservation and Management Act, arguing that new provisions allowing the Kenya Forest Service to grant easements through public forests conflict with provisions of the Constitution.
Under the current Constitution, the National Land Commission is a body mandated to actually give such leaves. So when parliamentarians and senators give such permission and such an illegal amendment, then it's just a back road for grabbing.
The organizations have further alleged that some developments have continued despite court orders and accused environmental agencies of remaining silent. They are now calling on the government to suspend all development affecting public forests until court processes are concluded, environmental impact assessments completed, and meaningful public participation conducted. They also warn that Kenya's climate commitments will ultimately be judged not by the number of trees planted, but by whether the forests already standing are protected. Victor Ngaruya, NTV.